Debt and the mature woman. Let's talk. Hello and welcome to Frugal Over 50. I'm Amy and I'm happy to welcome you here to my channel where we talk about everything related to frugality, minimalism, and intentional living, especially aimed at the needs of the mature woman. In today's video, I would like to introduce an extension and an expansion of a short video series that I recently did titled Debt and the Mature Woman. The response was phenomenal. Thank you so much. And so I decided that since you are as interested in the subject as I am, that I'd like to go a bit more in depth on each of the topics that I talked about. In the original video in this series, I talked to you about how I have often heard, particularly from Mr. Money Mustache, but also from other people, that if you have debt, you need to treat it like your hair is on fire. No matter what your debt is, or the reason for it, or how you got into it, or what your age is, or anything else about your life circumstance, any debt, your hair's on fire. And I stated that this is not something that I agree with as a broad application. But there are times when we need to know, is my hair on fire or can I continue on? Because if you think about it, if your hair's on fire, you're in a situation where the world kind of needs to stop while you deal with that mess, right? If your hair is not on fire, you have a little more time, you have a little more wiggle room. I want to give you some thoughts about how to determine where you are in relationship to your debt. First, I want you to think carefully about your current situation. Are you in a situation where if you don't change it, you're likely to lose your life? Or people who depend on you or people who you care about very much are likely to lose their lives? This is not a flippant question. There are people all over the world in that situation right now as I'm recording this and right now as you are watching it. Even in a situation that might look on the surface a lot more like my life, for instance, there are people in danger from their partners, from family members, from unsafe neighborhoods, from all sorts of things. And it's important to identify, am I in a situation where if I do nothing right now, I could lose my life? The ways in which we can be life-threateningly unsafe are many, and I just want to touch on one that is unfortunately common among people who might be watching this video, and that would be intimate partner violence. And if you are in a situation where you fear your partner, then I'm going to link some information below so that you can contact somebody and start working on a plan to get out safely with yourself, with your children. If your life is in jeopardy, then I would ask that you do everything you can to stay alive and deal with debt later. If you are in a situation, on the other hand, where you feel like, no, my life is not in danger, I'm just really overwhelmed and I feel like running and screaming and hiding under the bed and all of these things, then that is certainly a state of emergency, but it gives you a little bit more time, a little bit more wiggle room to try to figure out what is actually happening with your debt. I want to talk to those of you who may be in that second category. If you're in the first category, please hear me. I want you safe, I want you alive, and I want you to find the resources, find the helpers, the people who can keep you here on the planet. We need you. If you are like many of the other people who have been through bad times, I don't think you get to your 50s without being in some bad times. And if it's taken you a decade or more to climb out, you may be tired from the journey, or if you're just now facing some things, I want to talk to you here about what you can do to give yourself a sense of brain space and emotional space so that you can deal with your debt in a way that works, that helps you to live while you are dealing with your debt. So I'd like to ask you to take away from this video that I really want you to be here and alive. And I want you to feel that once you are safe from life-threatening emergencies, that you have just a little bit more wiggle room than you might have imagined to look at and to deal with the financial crisis that you may be in, or it may not be a crisis, it may just be a grind, right? You have a little bit more space to deal with that. And I want to talk to you more about that as we continue on in the series. Thank you for watching this video. I'm already looking forward to sharing the next one with you. Bye.